I didn't care too much about a lot of materialistic stuff.
I cared from day one.
Your first boyfriend?
Yes, I cared.
The financial stability level for me is different from the one for Tammy or you. You know, people are big girls.
Hey everyone, welcome to Beyond 30 podcast. This is a show where we talk about real life topics and we give you our genuine perspective without any editing. Okay, I'm Kome and I feel so blessed to be hosting the show with two of my favorite people on the planet. Say hi guys.
Hi.
My name is Temi. Hopefully we can have a lot of fun during this episode and there should be something exciting coming up here.
And my name is Femi, also known as Dr. O. So look forward to some interesting insights on all our topics on the podcast.
Okay, and so the topic on the table today is, should financial stability be a deal breaker in relationships? I'm throwing it open. Ladies, what do you think?
Please, what is financial stability?
Yeah, like that's relative. What do you mean by financial stability?
Okay, so I mean personally, there are obviously going to be many ways to define it, but I think financial stability means, is the person broke? Is the person begging for money? Like, can the person handle their own stuff?
Then it's also relative because financial stability level for me is different from the one for Tammy or you. You know, people are big girls. So
Like what?
the person that can comfortably afford me is not the same person that will afford you. So financial stability, I think it's relative.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should we find a common, can the person afford the basics of life, food, shelter, and everything that it needs to just be normal? Like, we're not talking of luxuries, just normal.
First of all, is it for them or including you in the budget?
That's
People
a
are
good
even
one.
going too far, by the way. Like,
Okay.
when did you start your first relationship? Did you even care about financial stability then? But some of us started
That's because
like
we're
really
our
early.
parents now.
Exactly, but like you said, okay, should financial stability be, what should it be before relationships, right? What kind of relationships are we talking about?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The kind of relationship will determine
Because-
how much you should bother about it.
I mean, if I think about my first boyfriend,
then you
I
don't
did
really
not care about.
Yeah.
I mean, I did care about him being able to buy me,
But what he's buying you then is
but I didn't have like, especially because I don't come from like a rich family or whatever. I didn't care too much about a lot of materialistic stuff. I just cared for the brain. Like,
Okay, I'm going to
their
confess.
potential.
I cared from day one.
Your first boyfriend.
Yes, I cared.
Please,
And now,
where was it secondary school, university? So that we can have an idea.
okay, no, so first relationship was definitely university. I think it was like towards the end of my first year at uni. But so throughout secondary school, I didn't date anyone.
Okay.
Did people
Same.
date? Okay,
Well,
but,
some
But yeah,
people did.
secondary school.
okay.
Some
So,
people dated, but
first relationship was definitely university, and I wasn't going into it with the mindset of let's have fun. I think I always had that futuristic mindset of, is this someone I could
Was
marry?
it early university or later university?
So first year.
Okay.
First year at university, I already had it in mind that, okay, if I'm going to date somebody, I'm not dating to have fun. Like, I never understood why people would say, let's see how it goes. Because, like, this is my life you're wasting, right? So for me, I cared. Like, it had to be someone who was
Right.
at least stable to a good extent. So he had his own apartment.
Okay.
He could afford to
Okay.
take care of himself. I mean, he wasn't a baller. Like,
So
it
does that mean
wasn't
we're
like-
dating someone that
That
was
means
not in
you.
university?
Exactly.
Because you can't be a student and have your apartment and all these things.
I plead the fifth. No, so he was actually a student, but he was way ahead of me. He had been working for a bit before deciding to go back to university,
Okay.
and it was
Okay,
also
that makes
right.
sense.
But so for me, if I'm being completely honest,
Yeah.
that's why all the guys that were my age in my class or at uni were just not attractive because I knew they couldn't financially afford a relationship.
That makes sense, right? So that means maybe we should restructure that question and say, like, should financial stability be important for like settling down?
Yeah, in marriage.
Because for like, if someone says, okay, I'm ready to marry you,
do they have
bring
the
all your
financial
cards on the table.
Okay.
Can you afford to have a home?
So should we be waiting to the point? So should we be waiting until they're ready to marry, or should we be like checking them out before we even get into the relationship? Like,
it depends. If you are ready to settle down, then you should check out before. But if you are not ready to settle down, then it's up to you.
We should just be having fun.
Just go with the
Just
flow.
have fun. Have fun. Look for potential. Don't look for if they are lazy. If you are lazy, you're out for me.
You know, that word potential is the most misleading word when it comes to relationship. Because what is potential?
It depends. Potential depends on what you are looking out for.
Yeah.
Potential means the person has certain qualities to achieve something later in the future. So it depends. My own potential is different from your own.
Of course.
So it's really relative. But I don't think it's a bad thing. Potential, especially when you are seeing little results, it's like, okay, there's hope, not potential of mouth, like I want to do this, I want to do this, I am not even seeing anything.
I will take care of you, but
so what like I want to see the signs and the wonders.
Exactly. Like for some of us, like even in uni, we were already making, even no matter how small the money was, like we were actually trying to make some money, right?
Yeah, with the little that you had.
We're doing small business, you know, here and there, you know, trying to monetize.
Not do small business.
That's that's the potential I'm talking about, right? So for me, it's like potential is, can this person, is this person driven, first of all, right? To really make it in life, right?
How do they even manage the money they have right now?
It's not only that you're a bookworm, it's like, how much money do you want to make after you graduate? What's your career path like? At least have an idea. To say, okay, I'm going to go into business, I'm going to do this, but maybe before business, I'll work a little bit. Like, let's be able to have those kinds of discussion. Don't say, oh, when I graduate, we'll see how it goes. Nah, can't work, right? So,
but what about women that feel like, okay, I have enough money for both of us, so I don't really...
Like sugar mama vibes.
You might not be sugar mama. You guys might be the same age, but you know the girl is the business person and has all and she's like, no, I don't care. I just need a man. I just want to have kids with someone. Like some women don't really care. They just want. So what do you guys think about that? Like, do you think that's
financial stability?
You know, it's quite interesting because I personally think, and without too much this thing, I actually think that was me in the person I married, right, with my husband. Because I had been working and he was just doing his master's. So obviously, even though he had worked before his master's, at the time that we met, I was the one with the financial stability. And it didn't change anything. I think what should be important is, can you see, like, I want to see the signs. I don't just want to see, like, can you see the signs that this person is even willing and potentially capable of taking care of you when the time comes. Now, I mean, we're saying taking care of, but that means something totally different to a lot of different people. So what does taking care mean to you?
So is it 50-50?
Is it 50-50?
Or is it your money is our money and my money is my money?
If you ask me that question before I got married, I would say, yeah, I'm open to 50-50, you know. But now, after I've been married with kids, I don't mind if I'm keeping all my money and the guys bring it to me. So, I mean, people are different, right? I mean, we kind of grow as you get older, as you go through life. So, for me, I feel like I won't judge somebody who's like, look, I don't want to work. I want to be a housewife. I want you to be able to take care of me. You'll be paying me salary every month.
Okay.
There are people like that. There's nothing wrong with it.
What she's trying to say, and I think I get where she's coming from, and I kind of agree. If you had to choose, do you want to be the one bringing 50-50, or do you want to sit down and be taken care of, and someone is paying? Excuse, why do I want to stress myself?
Why do I want to businesses on the side?
And I work when I feel like, not because I have to work. I don't mind now. You will bring in the money. I mean, but if I have to do 50-50, yeah, I will. But if I had to choose, who wants to suffer?
Now,
who wants to overhead?
before, I used to be like, I must be a correct career woman. I must work like crazy. I mean, it's good to have your money, and it's very good to be financially independent. So you're not like at the mercy of anybody. But like, if you do find someone who you fully trust with all of your heart, and it's going well, and the person says, do you want to stay at home and just, take
I stay at home and not necessarily doing nothing.
Exactly.
Like you said, you have small businesses on the side, everything, but you're not necessarily waking up every morning.
I'll be in charge. I'm okay with it now. Before, no.
Okay, what would you say changed between before and now that now makes you feel like, yes, I can definitely stay at home and not do anything?
I just got tired of hustling, you. I'm so tired of like...
Femi, would you stay at home?
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said before? Definitely, like, I like the soft life.
Yeah.
If I had to choose, if they say, oh, one genie is coming now, choose which one you want. Do you want to be 50-50, or do you want to chill, sit down, home, work when you want, and, of course, why would I choose 50-50?
Yeah.
Nobody wants off ahead. I would choose the other one. But like I said, if I'm in a situation where I have to do 50-50, I don't mind. But if I had to choose, which one do you want? This is the one I want.
I think for me, I've never had a problem with contributing. I do think that 50-50 is a bit too much. Like, bro, I'm already doing the...
It's never accurate.
I'm already doing the carrying of the kids and the birthing of the kids, which I think is
a lot.
Hard work.
Yes, it is.
Right? So, the relationship is no longer 50-50 anyway.
Nothing is 50-50.
So, really, I'm very happy to contribute. And I think I've always been with that mindset. Like, yes, I never want to feel like I'm just a passenger in the home financially. But at the same time, I don't think I would happily sit down. I just don't think it's in my DNA. I don't think I would happily sit down and just, accept. But I would happily do 70-30, 80-20. Like the months that the Lord leads my heart, I'm like, okay, let's do this. But
I mean, like, even growing up, like, with some of our parents, at least for my mom, I know that it was never that she was financially stable ever. She just had things she took care of naturally, right? So she had her business and she was taking care of everything in the house. Food.
Like food stuff.
Yeah, food stuff, what we wear. But like capital expenditures, like school fees.
Yeah.
The husband does, we're going on a nice trip somewhere, the husband does. Anything major, right? The guy does. So, I mean, there's no real way to calculate the 80-20 but usually if the woman's making some money, I mean, in which case, if you're paying her some sort of salary, assuming she was like, fully stay at home, she's probably using her salary to handle the house, right? So
let me ask you guys this question. So there are some women that will say that, like you said, like they say, his money is our money, my money is my money. So it gets so bad that, let's say, children's school fees is due and something happens at work, the husband doesn't have money, and they sit down and say, you must pay because it's your duty to pay. So if you were in that situation, would you, and you have the money, it's not like you don't have the money, but because you feel it's the man's duty, you say, I'm not going to pay this money, this man must pay this money. What do you guys think? Is that good or bad?
Wait,
would you contribute, or would you
are
now,
the kids my kids too?
Is it that
or maybe they are the guy's kids because I'm not guessing. Right? If you had said something like, oh, maybe he needs to settle something for him, but these are like your children.
Fees, and they're about to kick them out of school. You have the money, but you say,
but the guy, but is it because the guy does not have the money?
The guy doesn't have the money now.
Yet.
Yeah.
The money is coming. Because all these things, these are it is to start. Like it will start temporary. Like, so for me, I'll tell you what. Like, I'm not the kind of person that will watch, especially if I care about somebody and I know that this person has always done his best, and then something happens and is not able to cover it, and I have one stash of cash somewhere. But one time.
Yes.
2 times.
It should not become.
It should not become go from temporary to
That's
permanent.
what some women's
that's what
fears are.
usually happens.
That
but that's
once
what
you
usually
step
happens.
in, it will become your duty.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of women say that that's the reason why they won't step in. But then again, at the expense of your kids.
Of course not.
that's the.
But some women do it in secret though. They will pay it.
Yeah.
But you know, because we're the ones handling the kids,
Yeah.
and the man
Yeah.
will still think the
That it has
school
not been
fees has not been
paid.
paid.
Yeah.
They'll be like, yo. So there are ways around it. It's tricky. But like, yeah.
Okay, so look, for me, I feel like that is wickedness.
Mhm. Which one is wicked?
If you are waiting on this man and you obviously know
and you have
that
it.
and you have it like that, for me is wickedness. Why?
Yeah.
It's a different thing if maybe her reason is now like maybe this man has been ridiculously wicked to me. And this is my opportunity to show him a little bit of what
Though
it feels like.
of your children.
So I mean that's the only thing I can even think of.
Yeah.
But genuinely, if you have the money, at the end of the day, money is just energy. Like if you had the money, unless it is, let me differentiate. So you know that there's some monies that you have that you know that this is my backup plan. So
Yeah,
there's some women
emergency
that have that.
funds.
A lot of
Like,
women have it.
Yeah. My mom used to call it vex money. Like that is the money. Like if all hell broke loose and you needed to help yourself, that's the money.
money.
So that money I can see you never touching for anybody and for no situation.
Yeah, but that's your children's school fees not being paid. Is that not a situation?
No.
Yeah, so school fees can go up. They kick them out of
So they'll leave school.
that's the situation.
Like
We'll pay, but we have to.
this vex
find out
money.
You have to give me back my money.
No. So you remember-
Technically, you never really collect.
So remember that there's some women that
that's
this
the
vex
situation.
money, this money is all hell broke loose. Armageddon happened, the world is finished, and she needs to save herself and her kids.
But what is that? Give me an example of the Armageddon situation, because I feel like school fees not being paid is one of them.
No!
So what kind
so
of
wait.
situation?
Like house rent.
No.
So what?
Like you need to save yourself kind of situation.
From what?
Okay, so there was this. This is so random. This is like is so random. But I remember there was a couple, right? This was London, maybe a few years ago. Anyway, this was London. This guy and his partner got into a fight.
Okay.
And somehow it escalated to the point where guy is like, you, by the way, I'm the one who rented this apartment.
Move out.
Okay.
Actually,
out.
that happens more. It's not even a random thing. It does happen.
Hold on. This was thick of winter. Push this girl out. She even had the baby at the time.
Push
Right?
the baby out.
So baby was in her arms. Pushed her out. Thick of winter. Of course, no one is opening their doors for you at like 8 in the night to be like, oh, you
So
know.
hotel. Take
So
me.
basically, she was out, and everybody, like, she started calling friends, and people were coming to try and have a word with him, trying to cajole him to open the door. This guy was not having it. Anyway, somehow, she managed to rescue herself. Maybe people gave her money or whatever. And that was the breakdown of the relationship. Like, they couldn't, I don't know what it was, but they couldn't come back together after that. That is end of the world kind of situation where she's suddenly homeless in the thick of winter with a newborn in her arms, and no one is coming to save her.
That makes sense. And that's not necessarily even far-fetched. It happens. So
Yeah, but in that situation, I get that you have X money, but your children are about to be kicked out of school.
Oh, yeah,
And
we'll
from the look of things, your husband is not kicking you
maybe
out
what we
anytime
should be
soon.
doing is
You
reviewing.
use it and replace it
No,
or
maybe
something.
what we should be doing is reviewing. Okay, maybe the kid needs to go to a different school.
Or
That is
no. Think about
Or
it.
free.
Maybe we need to.
Why don't have people living in Nigeria? Free school in
Okay,
Nigeria
no school.
is...
Okay, no free school.
Even here,
Okay.
I mean, even not free school, but even here, like, let's be honest, maybe the kids need to hang out with mommy and daddy for like a month. Like,
So they don't go to school.
they'll be fine.
It happens. Guys, it
Like,
happens.
for me,
Really
if
happens.
you have the money,
It does happen.
it is wickedness not to contribute, especially if you know the guy doesn't have it. But
Yeah.
if that
The
money
emergency
is your
fund.
emergency fund, come on, even marriages break down. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But I just feel like since there's no red flag at the moment, use it and replace it. Find a way to get it back. Like Temi said, by hook or crook, collect
I mean, that
it.
would be my first approach. But again,
Because-
I think it all depends on really what's going on in your relationship.
Yeah.
I feel like that would
Yeah.
determine how you respond
Yeah.
in situations like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, thankfully, we don't have to do with it. But
Yeah.
for people who really do face that stuff, they will have to consider like alternatives.
Yeah.
Okay, if we can't afford this school anymore for the kids, let's pull them out and put them in a different school.
But then again, what if the guy is the kind of guy that he says he doesn't have the money and he's insistent and he's not bringing it out and his kids are about to get kicked out, but you know that he has it, but he's spending it on side chicks.
So we have to think about this thing very. I know.
So when now bring your kids school down, when you know that he can afford the money, he'll bring that money out.
Okay, that one is different.
Why you step down your kids when it's side chicks that are spending the money?
That is a whole different angle entirely. Okay, let me see. Hopefully we never have to deal with any of this stuff. Like, let's just put
But
that
for
out
women
there.
that are, because
But
a lot of
people are going
people
through
are
it,
going
For
through
people
that.
who are going through that, I think if you already know that this man is spending his money on side chicks, why in God's name are you in that marriage in the first place?
Right.
Some women, it depends. They're like, they want their kids to have a
Right.
stable home. It might be a bad husband, but he's a good father.
No, but that's not a stable home.
Oh, it's a stable home if it's nice to his kids. It's just you guys that are not good. They were like, I don't want my child to be fatherless. I want my child to
So you
grow up
want
with
the
a
guy
father
to be,
figure. So even if it's
A lot
only
of
me,
people do.
you know, there's some guys, those guys that have all those side chicks. They're nice to their kids. Though. It's just the wife that is suffering.
It's true.
They love their kids.
So this might be very, very, as far as I'm concerned, if this man cannot be nice to his wife, there's no need to. So he's getting it outside and he's satisfied. And then you, what's your job?
What's
You're the
the-
housekeeper,
The keeper of the
the keeper of the
children.
kids. Then you. Wait, am I the one that? Like, so he goes out, has fun, spends his money anyhow. Then this woman is keeping the house, and when they say introduce her, she say, "I missus." Like, yo, babe, you are single. Can you make it a reality?
Okay, we know she's single, but now it's time to pay school fees. How is she going to
Maybe
pay?
she would still take the money from my emergency.
So that's the point. She's like,
So at that point now, like, she's still going to go to the emergency funds, or how does she get the money out of her house, or does she now make her kids stay in school when she knows that the money is there, but she's spending it on something
no,
else?
but that's the thing, right? Once she can establish that this is what he's using the money on, is side chicks, and that's what he's concerned. That essentially is his priority. Then first of all, she's single, and if she's single, then she can no longer be depending on
the
him.
guy, yeah.
Like now, it's you and
So
your
what does she
kids.
do now?
Take
Because
care
she's
of
working, it's
yourself.
just that her salary is not enough to
Yeah,
cover
then
this. It's
she
not like
step
she's
down.
And then she needs to step down the
Step
kids'
it down.
school to the point
the guy
where
has
she can
money.
handle.
Hey, but what will she do now? So she'll put herself in debt.
she'll fake
Just
kidnapping to collect the money.
Okay, the money will come out somewhere.
That is gangster. No, but if
Let's
this guy,
come
no, wait. If this guy doesn't care about her,
Right.
even if they took her away,
No, they will kidnap one of the side chicks. Why? Who told you to do that?
What? Okay, I'm going.
I rest my case.
All right.
Okay.
So
So
the topic. Are we still
But,
on
but,
topic?
we are still on financial.
we're still on
Let's
topic.
deviate a bit.
Well, but this is why it's important to make sure that you marry.
so we're still on topic. So we're going to
financially
go
stable guy.
around, and then we're going to say definitely, what did you do when you were going to settle down? Like, what was your financial stability checklist? Did you have one? Did you not have one? Not too much details, but what was it?
Honestly speaking, then I was not that organized in my life. But I knew that the person I was marrying was a hard worker and was going to be able. It's the thing of faith that we had at the time. So it's like we were able to take care of like things, right? Like wedding and being able to rent a house and pay for all of that, up front. If we could do that, then I don't think I have much to worry about. And mind you, then I was still keen on doing 50-50-ish, 50-50. So I was like, I'll work, you work, we'll bring it together, or I'll work if you're still doing your business, we'll wait for the business to materialize, and then I'll be doing what I can. Like, we'll kind of work together as a team, right? So I didn't actually have a checklist. Now, there are many things I wish I did, I wish I had, and I wish maybe it would have made a difference, but I don't think it would have really. Because, you're also in love too, right?
Yeah, and you're seeing
You're like,
stars.
I have to marry, let's just get this thing over with so we can, actually be fully able to do all the things that...
Why did you stop? Oh my God. Kemi.
You wanted to marry but yeah.
For me, I had a checklist. Maybe financial stability was one of it, but it was just for me. My major deal breaker was cheating. I cannot date or marry someone that cheats. I can't even stay with a poor man.
We'll talk about deal breakers.
Yes, that. So my deal breaker was not entirely financial stability. Cheating was higher up on the list. I have peace of mind sleeping at home with a poor man, knowing that wherever he says he is where he is, and I'm not competing with anybody or worrying about STDs or something ahead. So, but financial stability, I don't think I even really had to worry about it too much with my husband, because he was already financially stable. He had his own company, he had his own house, had his own car. He was employing people. So if he's paying other people's salary, of course he can pay his bills. And so I don't think I ever had to worry about that. But financial stability, yes, was on the list. But then, like Timmy said, I was also working. So I didn't really bother too much about it. I was well paid. But what was more important for me was that cheating. Because you can be with a rich guy and you don't have peace of mind. He's financially stable, but he, like we said about that guy with side chicks, he's sponsoring like 10 other people. So there are many of us that are sharing the money. So
there's a queue.
A queue.
Yeah, I think we can even find another episode to talk more about what are your deal breakers
in marriage.
I have like a host of them too. And financial stability, I don't think was one of the things I ever thought about as a deal breaker. So, but it might be for some people, maybe because they've been through so much.
Okay.
How about you?
I think for me, financial stability, I was more interested in. I think financial stability was not like at the top of my list at all. What I was more concerned about was I was looking for a man who was actually kind. Somebody who was kind, sensitive, someone who is a home person, because I'm a home person. So I needed someone who his eyes will not always be outside, like where's the nearest club, that
we're
kind
outside.
of thing. We're outside, we're living it up, like kind of thing. And I think that for me, financially, I didn't consider him too much. I bet on myself. I was like, come what may, as long as I remain who I am, we'll be fine. So we're going to dip into this beautiful cookie jar that's been in front of us. These are actually random questions that Tammy put together. Yay. Tammy, can you grab it, please? Okay. We're going to shake it.
Try and shake it. There's not a lot of them. It's like 20 of them.
And then
so we'll see how many we're able to
Okay, I'm going to go first just because I'm the one with my hand here. But next time I should have thought better of it.
Hopefully it's something that we...
I actually got a very simple one. The question is financial stability the new love language?
Actually, that's good to ask because...
Girls these days.
I feel like these days, definitely people are more aware of, can he take care of me? Can he buy me the new Brazilian wig and stuff?
Because there's so much out there now. Like, what were the things we cared about when we were dating?
It wasn't this bad.
It wasn't this serious.
It wasn't this. Just chocolates, perfume, cake. That's what they used to give for Valentine's Day. Flowers. Now, Brazilian hair.
People care about the kind of cars. I mean, there were people that cared about cars too, but I mean, there was not a lot of them. I feel like now the girls just care a lot about. I don't want to suffer. At all.
Where do you think it's coming from? Is it social media?
It is the guys. It's the guys. Have you not seen on social media? They'll say, "Oh, it's social media. I just give this girl 500K. Just come on a date with me." What do you expect?
500.
Yeah, indulging. You're already indulging them.
Social media exaggerates what's really like reality. Right? Like a lot of people back then, for you to even hear just about how other people's relationships are going or how they went for a date, you have to go and hang out with them. You have to be in their circle. We didn't have we did have Facebook, but it was still in the beginning phases. There was no Instagram where people are just showing off anything, like everything that they have. But now, like, people's minds are so exposed that they cannot imagine. They have like a basic, and their basic is like
what we will call luxury.
I'm telling you, that's exactly.
Like, I wonder how young guys that are just finishing from school and starting to work, how they are going to get married with this.
I feel so bad for them.
Girls will be like, until you have your own house, until you have when did he finish school that he wants to have his house? You know, especially in somewhere like Nigeria where there's no credit system. If you're buying a house, it's cash down.
Yes.
So how do you want him to have his own house in Nigeria?
This is tough.
Could that be why people are getting married later? And later?
Yeah.
That's why most men
That's
are delaying
probably
it, because they're like, I need to have a minimum standard, and the girls, their standard has gone up. It's no
Even
more
very
what
good
it used
girls.
to, yeah.
Even like, I mean, when I say very good, like girls that are not too, the eye,
yeah.
the eyes have not been.
I like the gestures.
The gesture has been. The eyes have not been exposed, you know, to like luxury things like all these bags and shoes, and just good girls still have basic.
Yeah.
All right, so it's my turn to pick. My question is rather easy, I think. We've touched on this already before. It says, would you date someone with financial struggles?
Okay, answer your question, ma'am.
Okay. I'm the first one. Okay. Yes. So let's go. Let me think. I'm thinking back. I mean, I've always... Maybe because financial was not... Like I said, I'm not from like a well-to-do like background. Well, okay, we didn't suffer, but I was focused more on how is this person like? Is this person working hard? If they're in school, are they just bookworms, or they're thinking of...
Yeah, speaking grammar, financial struggle is not, I don't have money. Financial struggle is tell me, urgent 2K. Tell me, urgent 2K, that's struggle. Not because I don't have money. So think about it very well.
With financial struggles, I have dated people with financial struggles.
They always ask for urgent 2K.
They don't ask... They don't ask for urgent 2K, but obviously I was the one that maybe in that relationship I had a bit more.
You had more, but they had now.
And I even used to do some things that my husband may have cured me from.
Okay, so the question is now.
Now. Knowing what I
If you were
know.
to get
Knowing what
married
you
today,
know,
let's say you were not married, in 2025, you were about to choose a life partner.
I'm not that different from how I would have been. I don't think. I don't think I would have changed. I like I said, I think I would still look beyond, because like honestly, so there are people that are meant to be great that are potentially going through maybe in that moment financial struggles, and they need an urgent 2K. So I don't think I would.
So urgent
never,
2K.
Yeah.
And the whole time you guys dated for 1 year, and the whole 1 year has been asking for urgent 2K.
Well, no, we have to
struggle,
rethink that. Yeah, of course, we have to rethink that. But I mean, if it was, would you marry? Maybe.
Okay, would you marry?
No.
But you would
Okay,
date.
you
But
shall
I
see how
would
it goes.
date.
But
Yeah.
if it doesn't change, then no marriage.
It would be hard. It would be hard. But I mean, I'm also not very. I don't know. Maybe
Maybe
I would, because you remember
maybe you
you
date
said
or
something
maybe you
about maybe I
marry.
would date, or maybe I would marry. Actually,
Maybe you marry
I don't
urgent
know.
2K.
I could. I feel like I could. I don't know. I'm not. So you know that thing you said about betting on yourself too. I had that mindset back then that my money is your money.
So the person is sending a list for the month. This is list.
No, they won't. It never happens literally like that.
Okay.
Does it?
What?
Because I don't understand. Someone asked for
I
that.
mean,
He's asking for urgent 2K.
What?
Other factors
What is it going to happen in marriage?
I'm going to tell you guys this story. There was this person named Withheld that we were not even dating, and this guy called me one day and he says, "Oh, babe, there's this business deal I'm trying to close. Can you send me credit for my phone?" And this was in London, so he was asking for Libara credits for his
£2.
phone. And like £5. So I'm like, how much do you need? And he says, can you send me like £100 credits? Because obviously he's going to be going back and forth with this business transaction. So that kind of example. You've done it. Oh my God.
And credit once in a while, but as a person sending monthly budget, mommy, what is the budget for the month?
I don't know. Maybe I have a different mindset around it, Sha. Maybe that's why.
It depends.
My answer is N-O.
So if somebody asks
capital.
that kind of situation, like
I never sent him the credit because for me, I'm like,
this boy is hardcore.
no. I think you just have to be very conscious sometimes of Like, is this something I'm willing to put up with? I'm okay with
That's
you
the part
not
that-
being.
yes.
I'm okay with a guy not being rich.
Yes.
I'm okay with us knowing that we're going to have to work very hard. In fact, that's what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for someone who was made. I was looking for someone who we would work out our salvation together, right? Yeah. But when you start calling someone, babe, can you urgently send me £20 credit? That is like,
I think maybe it might be because, like you said, now in hindsight, it's like a red flag, right? Like, okay, am I gonna be doing it for the rest of my life, married to this person, right? But I think in the moment, most times I don't think too deep. If someone asks me for something, I just give.
yeah, okay.
I think that's
but by the time it becomes recurring, when you see that
that's the
it's
part.
now part of your monthly budget.
That's
Like you're giving someone
That's the
upkeep.
part. Maybe because I never really did do that. Like, even the people that I dated that would financially struggle, they weren't the type that had entitlement coming with it. It was more like, I'm helping, like, we're helping each other, right?
Okay.
Maybe now
And it
I
wasn't
have.
happening every time.
Exactly. So I think if I maybe experienced someone that was doing it and it was almost becoming like a sugar mommy something, I might be different.
Yeah, okay.
That I might be different, because especially when you now start thinking marriage, right?
Yeah.
And it might be different. But yeah, I don't usually think too deep about it. So, yeah.
So yeah, okay. Let's shake this. I think it
Shake
needs,
it,
it needs
shake it,
a
shake
little
it.
bit of a wiggle. Alrighty.
This question should better be good. Can love survive paycheck to paycheck?
Ha.
We just finished.
Oh my god.
Wait, love survive paycheck to paycheck. As in, if you are living paycheck to paycheck, will you? This paycheck is coming. There's still money. Problem is if there's no money.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Paycheck to paycheck is basically no savings.
yes,
Yeah.
but you are surviving now. What do
I
you
mean,
save
the-
this for? If
the-
you're eating every day,
Yeah.
you can
You
still
know,
survive.
you can.
It's if you don't have anything, then you guys cannot start arguing. No, you bring this, you bring that. So the truth is that for a marriage to be stable with all the responsibilities and everything, there has to be some form of income.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when both couples, I mean the two partners don't have anything, or maybe one person has and is not putting in enough or something, that's when there can be problems. But if they have paycheck to paycheck, they are still okay.
Yeah, and they also need to work on moving from paycheck to
Of course,
paycheck.
they need to work on not staying there, but paycheck to yes, that can. So
This is a
easy
random.
question, yeah.
This one's a random question that's coming from this, because I'm thinking about, in reality, like, a lot of people actually live paycheck
Yeah,
to
True.
paycheck.
yeah, in this part of the world,
In this
Especially in the
World.
beginning of your
Yeah,
career
right?
as well.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, how do you actually get yourself from paycheck to paycheck to
to living comfortably, not depending on the paycheck.
without necessarily cutting down?
Okay. Like, first of all, increase your income anyhow you want to do
That's
it.
the only
No. There are also some expenses that need to be cut down. Like, you're
But she said
living.
without cutting
Without-
down.
No, you cannot not cut down, because there's certain things like you're living paycheck to paycheck. Bro, why are you Uber
Right.
eating every other night?
Well,
What
in this
happened to
economy-
rice and beans? Like, you should be on a diet of rice and beans until you are no longer paycheck to paycheck.
What if in that paycheck to paycheck, they're not doing Uber Eats? They're just doing the very basic things.
And even if you cut down by it, how much money are you?
Bro,
Uber
have
Eats
you
is
not
expensive.
seen?
Hey, but it's okay.
No, seriously, there was
Food
this.
is also expensive.
Okay, let me tell you this one. Like, there was this thing, like, random survey they ran in one of the groups I'm in, and he said, how much do you spend on grocery as a family of at least, 2 to 4 people?
Yeah.
Some people came back with like $2,000 that they're spending on groceries every month.
You can see how that's possible.
Oh my goodness, I think this is a topic for another day. Like, what? Well, yeah, if you're
Something told me to me was guilty. Look at her happy.
like,
Of
no,
2K per month.
per month
Okay, no,
on groceries.
And
For
we
four
spent like
people.
average of
With
1K.
like 4 people.
Yeah, 4 people.
Wait, let's
We
even
do average
caveat
of
that
1K.
4 people.
Right.
Like, 2 of them are children.
They're the ones that
They're
spend
the
the
ones that
most
are spending
money.
it.
You yourself,
Because
you're
if it
not
was
the one.
just me and my husband, we'll spend that
I think
much.
we're gonna segue
Yeah, we're
back
gonna wrap
to this
this
topic. Let's wrap
Yeah.
up this one because
Yeah.
this one deserves a topic by itself.
Yeah.
But we're gonna pick one random question for you guys who are watching us, and we want to obviously hear your opinion about everything we've talked about. But this one is for you guys. So,
Hey,
shake,
better
shake,
be
shake.
good.
And then this is it. Okay. So if you're dating or whether you've dated and gotten married, this question is for you. Is being broke a red flag in dating? So this is for
your
you.
turn.
This is for you guys. Let us know what you think down in the comments, and we're so glad you stuck with us to this point in the podcast. We'll see you in the next one. Yay! Bye.
Bye.